Hi guys, it's Nina from Kids Knits, and today we're going to do a tutorial for how to crochet my Dainty Daisy Dishcloth pattern. This is perfect for beginners. It's super easy, but it's got a little bit of a cutesy vibe to it with this shell stitch border. We're going to be working off of the pattern that I have here, and you can purchase that in my Etsy shop. It comes in two sizes, so there is a larger size and then the smaller size that I just showed you guys. So there's two sizes. Today for this tutorial, we'll just do the small size, but if you purchase the pattern, you'll have access to both. I'm using Knit Picks Dishie, which comes in so many fun colors. I actually love it. This is one of my favorite cotton yarns, and it's very affordable. So that's what we're using today. Let's get started. For this tutorial and this pattern, we will be using the Dishie worsted weight yarn. You can use whatever cotton yarn you would like. It might look a little bit different than my pattern if you do change the yarn, but that's okay. So the pattern calls for a 4mm hook when using this yarn, but if you want to match gauge, you're going to do 8 stitches by 10 rows, and that's going to give you 2 inches by 2 inches, so a little square. It's 2 inches by 2 inches. And you're just going to do your gauge by single crocheting flat, row by row. Now the pattern does come in two sizes, like I said before, so the small measures 7 by 7 inches and then the large measures 8 by 8 inches. We will be making the small size in this tutorial. The abbreviations that I have in my pattern and the stitches that I use are just a chain, a single crochet, a double crochet, a slip stitch, skipping a stitch, and that's it. It's pretty beginner friendly. To begin, we are going to start with a slip knot. And we're going to chain 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so there's my chain of 24, and in order to get a clean edge on this one, I actually like to work into these back bumps here that you can see. So I'm not going to go into the front of the stitch as you normally would. I'm actually going to kind of turn it a little bit and go into that back bump. So we are going to work into the second chain from the hook. So that'd be this one right here. And I'm going to turn that a little bit, find that back bump, and single crochet into that. All right, so you're just going to go into all of those back bumps and work your way along the chain until you've made it to the end. I'll do that one more time. So there's the front of the stitch, and in the back we're going to go into this bump. Oops. Okay, so just continue single crocheting all the way down into that back bump, and I will meet you at the end. Once row 1 is completed, it should look like this. So you see we've got nice clean edges there, and we should have 23 stitches total on this row. So to begin the next row in this pattern, we are not going to chain. We are simply going to turn our work, and you want to turn your work so that your yarn is in the back. Okay? Do not chain, just work directly into that stitch. And we're going to just single crochet all the way across this row until we reach the end. Here is our work after row 2, and again, when I say this is very simple, it's very simple. All we're going to be doing is repeating row 2 for the rest of this until we reach 26 rows total. So we're going to turn our work. We aren't going to chain. We're simply going to work directly into that stitch and just put a single crochet in there and single crochet all the way across. So you're going to keep doing that. Just turn your row, single crochet until you have 26 rows in total. So you can pause and you can come back once you've done that, and I will meet you back here after. So here we are at the end of row 26. This is what our work should be looking like. These are what our edges look like. They do have slight bumps, but that's okay because we're going to start the border. So again, we're going to turn our work, and we are not going to chain, but we are going to put 3 single crochet stitches into our first stitch here. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 21 stitches. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So that leaves 1 last stitch to work into, and we're going to put 3 single crochet in the last stitch there. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and all we're going to do at this point is rotate our work so that we can begin working along this edge. So we are going to do 25 single crochet stitches along this edge here. So that means because there's no real stitch to work into, we're just going to have to find the spaces. So as long as you get 25 along here and we still have a stitch at the end to work into, we are good. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, whoops, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 for our last one there. Okay. So now we have 2 edges complete, and again we're just going to rotate our work so we can work along the bottom edge here. And we're going to find that last, or I guess it would be the first stitch to work into, and we're going to put 3 single crochet into that stitch there. So right here. 1, 2, 3, and at this point I just work around that tail from our starting chain, so it's 1 less end to weave in. And we're going to go and put 1 single crochet in the next 21 stitches along there, so you can go ahead and do that, or you can crochet along with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And in our very last stitch here, we are going to place 3 single crochet. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3 into the same stitch, and we can rotate our work. So we've got 3 edges complete, and we're going to work along this last one here. So again, we are just going to place 25 single crochet stitches along here. I don't know if you guys could see when I first went, but I usually work into the gaps that I can find, and that's where I crochet into along the sides there. So let's put 25 single crochet along there. So 1, 2, 1, 2, let's go there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whoops, I always lose a stitch, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and we'll work 25 into here, 25. Okay, so that's going to give me my 25 stitches that I need there. And to finish up this round, we're going to join with a slip stitch to our first single crochet stitch that we did of the border. So it's going to be this one right here. This might be a little bit tricky to get into. I'm just going to actually pull up the loop with my hook a little bit. And then I'm going to try to work into there. There we go. Okay. So that's row 1 of our border all complete. So now our edges are super neat and the top and the bottom looks quite similar. Let's go on to row 2 of the border. Row 2 of the border is where we create all of the shell stitches. So the first thing that we need to do is slip stitch into our next stitch here. That's going to get us into the middle of the corner increase that we created. So now we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we need to put 7 double crochet stitches into the same stitch as our chain that we just made. So you're going to yarn over and let's put those double crochets in there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's going to be our very first corner shell. Now what we are going to do is skip the stitch. It can be hard to see with all the shells, but you're going to skip one, and then we're going to single crochet in the next one. And we're going to skip the next stitch, and we're going to put 5 double crochet stitches into the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have our second shell. We're going to repeat that now until we have 6 shells along the edge here. So I'll just work it around with you. So we're going to skip one, we're going to single crochet, we're going to skip the next one, and then we're going to put 5 double crochet into the next stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, and make your shell with your 5. Skip, single crochet, skip, and do your 5. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 shells. So now we're going to prepare for this corner one. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip, single crochet into the next one, skip, and we're going to put 8 double crochet into that next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's the first side of our border. So we've got our 2 corner shells and then our smaller shells in the middle. Now we're going to rotate our dishcloth and we're going to continue on. So we're going to skip, single crochet, skip, and do 5 double crochet. Okay, so just doing that same pattern, skip 1, single crochet 1, skip 1, double crochet 5 into the next. And we're going to skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, double crochet 5. And you guys can work that all the way down until we have 7 shells along the side here. If you hear heavy breathing in the back, it's not me, it's my dog sleeping. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now it's time to do our corner one for here. We're going to skip 1 stitch, single crochet into the next, oops, skip 1 stitch and do 8 in the corner. Okay, and that would be our second side. So we're just going to keep doing the same thing that we did here and here. We're going to turn our work and we're going to do our shells all along here until we have 6, and then we're going to work our corner one, we're going to rotate, and we're going to work to the end here. I think I'll just keep going. You guys can crochet along with me, or you can fast forward and you can skip to the next part if you'd like, but if you want the instructions as we go, just follow along. So we are going to skip 1, single crochet 1 into the next stitch, skip 1, do our double crochet. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops. Skip, single crochet, skip, 5 double crochet. 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 And then we're going to skip and do a single crochet, skip, and now it's time for our corner, so let's do 8 double crochet into this next corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and now we're ready after that side to turn our work and do our final edge. Woohoo! Finally! Okay, so we're going to skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, and double crochet 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip, single crochet, skip, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip and single crochet, skip and 5 double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip, single crochet, skip, 5 double crochet. Okay, so after you've done your last shell that we can fit in there, we are going to skip the next stitch, single crochet into the one after that, and we're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 2 that we made to start this row. So just inserting your hook and pulling that through. Okay, you can take some scissors, cut a little tail, pull that right through, and all you're going to do is weave in this end and you are done. that is your Dainty Daisy dishcloth. I hope that made sense. I'm going to have all those instructions up on the screen. And again, if you want the written instructions in the PDF version of this pattern, you can purchase that in my Etsy shop. And you'll get both sizes. You'll get this small size and you will get that larger size if you want to see the difference, in sizes. It's just a little bit bigger. I love these. I use these in the kitchen every single day. They are just my normal dishcloths that I use. You could probably use these as nice cotton washcloths as well in the bathroom. It's up to you, but yeah, we're all done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found that tutorial helpful, and I hope that you were able to make your own dishcloth from this pattern. If you did, I would love to see it. You can tag me on Instagram or social media. I would just love to see your work and your finished products. Again, if you would like to purchase this pattern, the PDF version, you can do that. It's in my Etsy shop and it will be listed in the description. Have a great day. Bye.